Hi, welcome to the 5th episode of 99 Reasons to Start and Keep on Practicing Breathwork. 5th reason why. 5th reason, I want to deeply dive into the physical effects of breathwork. And before I start, please look at my skin. I'm almost 50 and I did not have this skin in my 20s. The reason I have a shining and very healthy skin and a very healthy body is because I have been practicing breathwork over 20 years and I have analyzed my breathing habits many times, and you can analyze them too by using breath analysis algorithm. You know, if you download BreathUp, you will see that there is a breath analysis. You can keep on answering the questions and you can get your breathing analyzed as well. So the reason why my skin is shining bright and the reason I am fully healthy and I have a very strong immune system is because I've been practicing breathwork and I have worked with my dysfunctional breathing habits and I have a healthy breathing habit. Importance of breath, obviously, if you breathe well, you live well. If you breathe well, you have a healthier body. But let's today dive into that. Why do we get healthy when we breathe well? Let's dive into some scientific little details. So what does breath mean? What happens when we breathe? When we have a healthy breathing habit, it's going to affect our respiratory chemistry and it's going to lead to having a balanced respiratory chemistry and a balanced respiratory physiology. If you have a balanced respiratory chemistry and if you have a balanced, working, healthy respiratory physiology, which it will mean that you will have enough oxygen in your blood and you will have the ultimate pH levels in your body. And due to that, the air you take into your lungs will change into the oxygen. It will be brought, it will be led as the oxygen from the blood into your tissues, into your cells, and your cells will have the oxygen it needs to regenerate. Oxygen is the main fuel, it is the main food for your cells. The reason why over the years, as we get older, many people's skin look older and their skin doesn't have the shine I do have, or people who practice breathwork have, is because they don't have enough oxygen in their cells. I'm going to explain what happens when you breathe dysfunctional or when you don't breathe healthy, when you have unhealthy breathing habits, which you don't even recognize of. As I spoke about it in my last videos, in my previous videos, there are tens of hundreds of different breathing habits you might have, and your breathing habit might be getting triggered during the day, which will lead to having less oxygen in your cells and in your tissues. And due to the oxygen level, due to the change in the oxygen level in your cells and tissues, your cells will suffer of food and they won't be able to regenerate themselves, and your skin won't be, or your body won't have enough oxygen to stay healthy and to stay strong. As you know, in most traditions, in some hospitals, some doctors suggest ozone therapies or oxygen therapies to patients who have cancer or who have other problems, because due to the oxygen level in your blood, due to the oxygen level in your cells, your immune system gets much more stronger. And if your immune system is stronger, you can fight with any disease, any virus, any illnesses. And during the pandemic, we realized that many people died just because they didn't have enough oxygen already. If you have enough oxygen, if you have a strong immune system due to a very strong body who has food in its cells, oxygen, you will eventually be able to have all kinds of viruses and bacteria in your blood, in your system, and still stay healthy. So it's very important. Oxygen is very important physically for our physical body to survive, to have a strong immune system, for our cells, for our tissues to regenerate, for our skin to look younger, for our whole body to not only look younger, but to stay young and stay healthy. No matter how old you are, your body can regenerate itself. Your body can keep on regenerating itself due to the oxygen levels brought in the cells. So what happens when you have dysfunctional breathing habits? What happens when you do not breathe healthy and functional during the day. So the times when you are breathing dysfunctional, the times when you are not breathing functional, the times when your breathing habits got triggered without even you noticing that, it doesn't only lead to anxiety and panic attack and depression and all kinds of up and down emotions. It doesn't only lead to emotional imbalance, but it leads to a big chemical change in our bodies. And no matter how deep you are breathing, and that's happening with many people who are overbreathers, or there are some people who use their diaphragm more than they should. There are a lot of people who think diaphragmatic breathing is the best way to breathe, and they keep on breathing in the diaphragm, and then they keep on having breathing problems, and they fall out of breath, and they feel anxious, and they feel anxiety and depressed, and all of the symptoms you experience by hypocapnia, by respiratory alkalosis. So what happens when you don't breathe functional is that your respiratory chemistry changes and your respiratory physiology changes, and due to that your whole body fluid pH changes. In my previous videos I talked about an effect called Bohr effect. Bohr effect is blood staying saturated and not releasing oxygen to your cells. Bohr effect is your blood staying saturated to oxygen and not releasing the oxygen it has to your cells due to the chemical change in your body, due to too much alkaline in your body. That is called Bohr effect. And it happens when we breathe dysfunction. Even though you think you are breathing deep and you have a lot of oxygen in your blood, that's why just calculating or looking at your SpO2, or in normal language, the oxygen level in your blood doesn't matter much. I have seen a lot of teachers who use oximeters. Do you know an oximeter? An oximeter is a little device. It's a very cheap device. You can get it from anywhere, Amazon.com, Alibaba, anywhere, and you put it in your finger. It is kind of like a clip. You put it on your finger, it stays on your finger, and then you see the oxygen level in your blood. And even the oxygen level, even your oxygen levels are like 98%, 99%, 97%. You might not have a healthy breathing habit, or you might not have enough oxygen in your cells. Because whenever we breathe too deep, due to the respiratory alkalosis happening, due to the alkaline in your respiration, due to the drop of carbon dioxide levels in the respiration, and due to high oxygen levels in your blood, the respiratory chemistry, and due to the respiratory chemistry, the body fluid chemistry changes. So the blood chemistry changes due to that. And what happens in the end is Bohr effect. Your cells will not have the oxygen it needs, and they won't regenerate. And many people are doing all kinds of breathing exercises, breathwork exercises, and many people, unluckily, like I did many years ago, by the way, I know it from my own experience, unluckily stick to one breathwork exercise, which is not healthy at all. If you stick to especially breathing deep exercises, which lead to breathing deep, you will eventually start gaining weight. So the first sign of a dysfunctional breathing habit is gaining weight. And you're gonna now think of it like, why? It's like, why do people, when they don't breathe healthy or they don't breathe functional, gain weight? I'm gonna explain the reason. Listen to this very carefully. So breath is our main fuel. It is our main food. It is the food, it is the energy of our body. And if we breathe functional and healthy, our body, our organs, our cells, our tissues, because there won't be any Bohr effect, the blood won't stay saturated, and the blood at the ultimate level, when we breathe healthy and functional, because the respiratory chemistry stays balanced, the body fluid chemistry stays balanced, which means a 7.4 pH level, perfect level, magical level, and at that level, we have enough oxygen in our blood, we have enough oxygen in our cells, we have enough oxygen in our organs for our whole body, our cells and tissues to regenerate and stay healthy and well. And I have the energy because that oxygen turns into ATP, pure life energy. If I have energy from my breath, if I have enough energy in my body, if I'm breathing healthy and well, and I'm getting, if breath is my main energy portal, if I'm getting the energy, my body is getting the energy it needs through my healthy breathing habits, because due to the energy levels I have, my energy will be high, and due to that energy levels, I will not have the need to eat more than my body needs. I have been eating 2 times daily, sometimes one time daily for a long time. And when I look back in my 20s, when I had dysfunctional breathing habits and also eating disorders, I think this video is also very important for people who have eating disorders or who experience disorders. I have had that, I have been there. And when I look back in my 20s, because I didn't have enough oxygen in my body, in my cells, in my organs, because I would wake up with energy deprivation, I would wake up with low energy levels due to my breathing habit, due to especially my breathing habit that was getting triggered during sleeping. I would wake up with low energy levels and I would want to eat more than I needed, and then I would starve myself. And I had eaten this because I wanted to stay thin, but I couldn't control my eating. When I sat down to eat, I wasn't able to control my eating because I was experiencing low levels of energy. And anybody I have seen who eats more than they need, many people think they have psychological issues behind that as well. It's like if you can't control your eating habits, if you can't govern yourself while eating, it is because there is this emptiness in your body. It's because there is energy deprivation. It's because you are not fulfilled. Think about it. The people who eat too much are people who do not feel fulfilled. Because if they were feeling fulfilled, physically, I'm not talking about physiologically, physically, they wouldn't be able to eat more. Just imagine a time when you ate more than you should have, and go back to that time and think of how fulfilled and huge, really fulfilled you felt. Would you be able to eat more? Sometimes it's like many years ago, I can't do it anymore, but many years ago, I would eat so much, I would throw up because of eating so much, because it was like I couldn't control my eating, and that was my eating disorder. I would be so fulfilled. And anybody who eats more than they should have, or even if you ate as much as your body needs, think of a time when you were really fulfilled. You can't take one more bite when you're physically really fulfilled. And people who have weight problems and people who are gaining weight constantly, they don't feel fulfilled. Like, I usually wake up in the morning not hungry at all. And I usually wake up in the morning with high energy levels. I do not eat until noon because my body has all the energy it needs. And I feel so fulfilled, I cannot grab a bite. It's kind of like I am already fulfilled because I don't have the dysfunctional breathing habit in sleep right now, and I'm breathing functional. Many people, due to their breathing habits, many people because they were conditioned that diaphragmatic breathing is a better way to breathe, or to breathe deeper is the better way to breathe, have sleeping problems. Many people have dysfunctional breathing habits during sleep. Many people wake up anxious, sometimes stressed, they have neck pain, shoulder pain, they have been stiff during sleep because they can't relax due to their breathing habits. And if you are like those people, you will wake up energy deprived. And I would wake up in low energy levels, with low energy levels in my 20s, and I know what that feels like. Right now, because during sleep, during rest, because I have a functional breathing habit and a healthy breathing habit, I wake up relaxed, fulfilled, full of energy. So that's why I usually eat 2 times a day, because I'm not hungry or I don't have low energy levels in the morning. I have to go out and run for an hour, or I have to work and do 10 meetings to have a little bit of a low energy, to experience a little bit of low energy, and to experience the hunger of the body. So if you practice breath work every day and not one technique, if you practice different techniques every day, and that's what breath analysis is all about. That's what the breath up, breath analysis is all about, because we ask you some questions. We understand the way you breathe by your answers. We understand your breathing behaviors. And then we create a unique, customized journey for you. And that will help you balance your specific dysfunctional breathing habits so that your respiratory chemistry can stay balanced. Whenever your respiratory chemistry stays balanced, because the body fluid pH stays balanced, there is no thing happening called Bohr effect. You will have enough oxygen in your cells, in your tissues, in your organs, and you will have a lot of energy and you will feel fulfilled. First of all, physically. The reason why we eat more than we should have is because we don't physically feel fulfilled. It's not just psychological, it is because our body needs that food. If you can't get the energy from your breath, and many people with dysfunctional breathing habits, because the Bohr effect, gets triggered, and your body, even though your body won't have enough oxygen, even though your blood have enough oxygen, the blood won't release the oxygen to the cells, and it won't change to ATP. So you will have low energy levels, and due to that, you won't be able to feel fulfilled. You won't be able to keep on going with your day, and you will get the energy you need from your breath from the food. So people who cannot get the energy they need from their breath, their main energy portal, their main food, the main food for the body, tries to get it from food by eating more than they should. And that's why many people gain weight. And that's why, without the exercise level of many people, I know many of my friends, I'm still doing yoga 2 times a week. I walk a lot. I, have an active life. I walk 20 minutes, half an hour, sometimes 1 hour every day. But still, I do not exercise every day an hour like most of my friends does, and I do not exercise as much as I did many years ago. And I've been in the same weight, and I've been wearing the same clothes over 20 years now, 15 years now. And if you want to stay fit, if you want to be healthy and well, breath is the main power, is the main thing you should look at. Because if you have enough oxygen and enough oxygen in your cells, you will stay young. You will have a stronger immune system. Your metabolism will be so balanced that you won't be able to gain weight, lose weight. It's like, if our breath is balanced, our body is balanced. Just take a note of that. When our breath is balanced, our bodies are balanced. When my breath is balanced, my body fluid pH stays balanced. I stay in 7.4. Of course, it also leads to balanced thoughts and balanced emotions, which I'm going to be talking about in the next video, because I already talked about it in my previous videos, but I'm going to go deeper into the fact that with 7.4 pH, with a balanced breathing habit, our thoughts stay balanced. We go beyond our perceptions, our distorted perceptions, and we look at life on a more balanced way. Our emotions stay balanced. We don't experience ups and downs. And like I talked about in my previous videos, sometimes the psychological problems people experience are actually not psychological. They are physical. They are chemical. And you can go beyond those chemical problems by just practicing breathwork every day, by practicing the breathwork techniques you need every day, by finishing the breath analysis, and by starting a customized journey. What's going to happen at the end of the journey? You're going to again take the test, see if you conquered some of those habits, see how you're breathing, and start another journey if you have other breathing habits. I had to work on my breathing for years, and I still practice breath work so that I can keep the oxygen levels and the carbon dioxide levels and the respiratory chemistry stable. I don't practice as much as I did many years ago, but I still practice breath work so that my respiratory chemistry stays balanced. And the more you practice breath work with breath work awareness, you will be able to understand which breathwork techniques will balance your chemistry which day, because sometimes we need a more relaxed breathing. Another day we need breathing techniques like ujjayi breath, and then another day we need breathing techniques like box breathing, and then another day we need breathing techniques like rebirthing or conscious connected breath or coherent breathing. It all depends on what you need that day, because we are experiencing our lives, our days, the days we experience are not the same. We age, our life habits change, what we eat change. So this is very important. This is the last part of this video and a very important part of this video. Due to what we eat during the day, due to whether you drank alcohol the last night or not, due to how much exercise you did, due to the stress levels at work and in your life, and due to many things in life, you need a different breathing pattern. Because our breathing, if you understood that, our breathing manipulates our respiration. Our respiration regulates body fluid pH. For our body fluid pH to stay 7.4, which is the magical number for all of us to stay physically, psychologically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually healthy, and for us to stay centered and well, physically well, emotionally well, mentally well, we need that 7.4 pH level. And for our pH level to stay balanced, and you know the people who, no matter what they experience, I am one of those people right now, by the way, no matter what they experience in life, they stay balanced. Because life is a roller coaster and things do happen. But if you have the capability to stay centered, which is physically 7.4 pH equals to functional breathing, then you can conquer anything. Like you can experience anything and you still stay balanced. And I'm experiencing life that way because I've been working on my breath for a long time, and I do not experience one breathing, and I do not practice one breathing technique every day. I have friends who have been practicing the same breathwork methods for years, who are right now experiencing many, many physical, psychological, mental problems. Because practicing one breathwork technique each day is kind of like eating only apples every day, or eating only bananas every day. Just think of it nutrition-wise. Think of yourself for months, for years, you only eat bananas. You don't eat anything else. What's going to happen to your body? Just think of it. That exact thing happens if you practice one breathwork technique every day. That's why in Breathwork, BreathHub app, we have more than 800 sessions and courses, and we keep on bringing you different sessions and different techniques and different usages of those techniques, different content. We keep on bringing you different content and different techniques, and in some sessions you experience 2 different techniques together, and then in one session you experience 1 technique, and then in another one maybe 3 techniques together. That's why we have been combining those techniques. We have been creating those amazing sessions. I hear from you, the people who like our sessions, they are the highest quality sessions with the sound and with the recording and with the teachers. The highest quality content would be in BreathHub because that's what we value. We want to bring the highest quality content ever on earth, ever on the topic breathwork, and we do bring the highest quality content in BreathHub. So with that content, there's a reason why we combine some techniques in some sessions. There is a reason why in sessions there are different content. Like there's a reason why we work with your mind and practice one breathing method, and we work with your emotions, we practice another breathing method, because we know what's going on in your body physically, in your body fluid chemistry, and how it affects your physiology and psychology. So we work with all of them. And that's why using Breath Hub every day with daily sessions, with different methods, with different techniques will lead you to having a more functional breathing. And I led myself to a functional breathing with that. I didn't practice just one technique. I practiced yogic breath breathing techniques. I practiced techniques used in Tai Chi, Qigong, conscious connected breathwork techniques. I've been practicing all kinds of breathing techniques, and I've been stretching my breathing for a long time, for many years. And in the end, my respiratory physiology and chemistry stays balanced. That equals to a balanced body fluid pH. That equals to being centered and balanced emotionally, mentally, and physically throughout the whole day. And that's magical. That's really magical. And practicing breath work will lead you there. And that's why I asked you in the beginning of this video, look at my skin. That's why my skin looks much younger than my age. It shines. That's why I can stay fit. I do not eat excess. That's why I have healed my eating problems. I have healed my headaches, my neck pains and shoulder pains, and I have healed my attention deficit problems. And you too can. If you practice breath work every day, if you get your breathing analyzed, and if you go on a journey, a customized journey, practice different methods with different content, 2 or 3 methods together, one method and with different content, the way we created, because there is an algorithm why we create those content. We have been doing research for over 20 years. That's another unique ability of Breath Hub. We have the experts, breathing scientists and breathwork teachers, myself included in our team, who have been teaching over 40 years, 45 years, 20 years, 25 years. We've been doing research for a long, long time as the teachers involved in this Breath Hub project. Breath Hub is a new app. We just created it a year and a half ago, but the teachers, me included, and my team, and also other breathwork schools have been doing this for a long time. We have research from tens of thousands of people. We've been doing this like forever, and we know exactly what you need after you take the breath analysis, because we know exactly how you're breathing. We know exactly what your behavioral habits are, and we can create a customized journey for you. So download Breath Hub now and start the customized journey right now and start working on your breathing habits. I assure you, I am certain that you will reach to a sustainable health and well-being level with your physical body, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. And I'm going to explain how that happens psychologically in my next video. This video was the physical one. And that's it for now. Thank you for watching. And if you like my videos, click on like and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you haven't yet downloaded Breath Hub, do download it right now and try it for free for 7 days. Subscribe, try it for free. If you don't like it, you can cancel. But I haven't seen many people who don't like it because we have high quality content. The team that creates all those contents are full experts. They are the best in their field. We have the best team, the whole Breath Coaching Federation, Breathing Sciences School. The team is amazing. The sessions are amazing. You just have to do it. So just do it. Just use it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day. Go on that customized journey, and you too can be like myself, physically healthy, heal more than 200 symptoms you have: anxiety, panic attack, neck pain, body pain, chronic pain, all kinds of migraine and headaches and pain symptoms and attention deficit problems and depression. And most of all, stay centered and well. No matter what's happening in your life, you can, like I did and many of my students did, you can stay centered and well throughout your life if you keep on practicing breathwork every day. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.